Wait. I hope you could have seen that. Oh man, I started the show and it just didn't even go. Come on, live. Get your shit together. How dare you, 5G? That kid was doing this fucking thing. He came through the apartment. I saw him go that way, and then he came out, and next thing you know, he's doing tricks, and he was doing the Jesus Cristo on top of the thing, balancing himself like this on the bike, dude. Come on now. Fuck. How are we gonna lose that? Ain't that about a bitch? Fucking hell. Anyway, we out here in the cold. It's a cold morning. I got my shorts on and a shirt on and the hoodie on, and it's fucking freezing on. It's like 40 degrees. Fucking overcasty. I'm looking for there's some baby blue in the sky right there. There's a little bit of baby blue, but once we clock here, it is gray, cold blue. Okay, so welcome to winter weather. Let's get this show on the road. All right, so here's the show. And I had to say the long, hard road because it is such a hard road to get your development on, okay? Let's blaze this real quick. Motivation. Whew. Let's get going, shall we? My hands are freezing, bro. Just holding up this fucking phone is freezing. It's getting way too cold for your boy. Anyway, life is cold. Cold hard fact. Long hard road. It's not easy. And, you know, we're out here all struggling for our mental health, struggling for our physical health, our financial health, and our wealth. You know what I'm saying? We out here, right? Trying to figure it out in a very competitive world. As soon as people saw gold in the rivers, they showed up from around the world. Everyone wants to get rich because they think it's easy. I'm over here saying rich isn't going to get you off this long, cold, hard road. It's just not going to do it. And unfortunately, we put ourselves in situations all the time and not knowing that we're making our lives harder. And I had to have this conversation because it took me my whole life to figure this out, but it's not through people, it's with people. We need people. I mean, if you want to get there faster, do it alone. If you want to get there well, do it together. There's so much out there of us, humans, that we got to interact with. Someone trying to be your mechanic, and someone's trying to be your lawyer, and someone's trying to be your lover. Each one's a negotiation. Each one is a long, hard road. You're like, how did you get a lawyer? Ooh, you don't want to know, you know? You don't want to know what I've been through, that I had to lawyer my way through. That happens. You know, you don't want to know why I have a doctor. What are you going to the doctors for? Health, you know, one of these sectors that floats around in our brain that's so important, normally fixated on financial, but this health thing is starting to ring-a-ding-a-ling-a-ling, and it's acting way more important than the job I got to go to. That's a long, hard road. Another long, hard road, getting rid of the systematic situations you put in your head when you grew up. It's hard to undo our patterns. It's hard to undo our environment. It's hard to undo what's already going on in our mind. Our mind is already doing the tricks on us. That's a difficult subject. And it's going to be cold out. It's not just a weather thing. It's going to be a human thing, you know, where there might not be any humans around that are feeling what you're feeling right now. We're very selective on who we share with. It's not easy to share hard things with soft people. Some people are going to be like, that's too much for me. You're too much energy. Nobody's ever going to love you with that much shit. Someone actually told me that. And I'm sitting here going like, you try to have me love you with your hard shit. You shut up at my house. I'm trying to dating, not waiting. And you're at my house talking about This is the worst year of my life. I'm like, another one? Really? Another one with coke issues? Her brother died. This one's got baby daddy issues. You know, it's a long, hard road. You're going to be in your decision. And some of us, we got to walk that road on our bellies, through the fire, through the glass. We got to crawl through some prison scenarios. We had to crawl through some deaths. We had to crawl through some fucked up environments to be who we are now. It's a cold, hard road. And it's cold and hard. I remember when I was a kid, over Boulder City, right over this, and I wasn't a kid, I was like a teenager at that point, but I was like 17 going to my first job. Not the first day of the first job, but it's one of my first jobs, literally. I'm working at the airport, and I got to ride my bike to work, and I had my old beach cruiser, and the weather was much like this, and cold, and it made the ground even colder, y'all. And that made it even harder. And I hit that ground because of some sand. I slipped. I still got the scar, bro. I still got the scar, bro. We all got scars. Some of us are pretty and we don't show them, but they're in there. Their father not showing up for their birthday, man, woman, it doesn't matter. It's not a sex thing, dude. Everybody needs a parent. Everybody needs help and support. You know, one of the things that was so my favorite for Any Given Sunday, it wasn't Any Given Sunday, it was the program. Football movie about college kids playing football, right? And he said, did you call your parents? First thing the motherfucker said, coach gets in front of all these 100 young men hollering at girls, just like, hey, oh my God, you're so sexy, I gotta talk to you. They say, hey, cut that shit out. I need you to focus. First things first, call your parents and thank them. Everybody's looking around, call our parents. We're free of our parents. Fuck those people. We in college, nigga. We gotta go. No, that ain't it no more. It's to thank them. Thanking them for going to all your games. Thanking them for feeding you after the games. Thanking them for taking you to school and buying you school clothes, cleats, and helmets. We don't give any appreciation to the situation. We haven't begun to see the amount of effort that's been placed in front of us, in front of thee. You know, it's been placed in front of thee, and you're looking at it like, well, yeah, that's just not enough. And it's like, it's a cold, hard world. And it's a long, hard road. And that long-ass road ain't giving no forgiveness. When you bounce off the ground, it hurts. And a lot of people haven't realized the amount of work that people have put in with them, their situation, their lives. No, we just rather shoot and blame and compare and jealousy, envy, anger, frustration. I had to think about it for a long time. I was just like, why do I make this road so hard? Why have I made my little path in life that much harder for no reason? And that's why I had to have this conversation this morning. I keep seeing something right here. There it is. Change your physical appearance, it's going to be a cold, hard road. You're going to have to miss some sugars and eat some salads. You're going to have to change your diet and change your rhythms. Change the times you get up in the morning. Change the amount of time you spend outside. Change the amount of time you spend touching the weights. We have to transform ourselves. You know, the metamorphosis of a butterfly is so natural, but for humans, it's a long, hard road. We enjoy our childhood, and then all of a sudden we hit pre-adolescence and it gets weird. All of a sudden, all the kids, boys and girls, started playing together, don't play together anymore. Now they're the enemy. Or I'm attracted to the enemy. Or I'm trying to figure out how to sleep with the enemy. Sleeping with the enemy. You know what I'm talking about. And now I'm awkward. Now I got peach fuzz instead of a beard. I had peach fuzz so hard at 12. You know, I was already starting. My friends were making fun of me. I had to shave at like 13. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird. But that long, hard road got me here. You know, I don't think we all check out just what kind of road people have been driving on. I mean, could you imagine getting a car and say, well, where'd you drive this thing? Downtown Boston with the cobblestones, with the salt underneath it all over the streets in winter? You know, where did you drive this thing? If you could see the miles on a person, the pages in their book, we'd have more sympathy. We'd grow our empathy real quick. We'd be like, oh shit, you've been through some shit, homie. That road on you looks tough. And then when I'm at 7-Eleven down here at Boulder Highway, some guy's hanging out with all his stuff, and he's having a tough time. He's trying to have a cigarette, and the Middle Eastern dude, 7-Eleven owner's kind of fucking with him. I'm gonna call the police. Get out of here. You don't belong here. Da 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 da. Being rude to the dude. The dude was already leaving. You know, he had nowhere else to go. He's carrying all his belongings right there with him. It's tough. We forget how many times we've been on Boulder Highway with our stuff. How scary it is to not have a place to live and a place to go. A real home. Been there. Been homeless, bro. Been without a home. Been without money. Been without direction. Been with all my stuff with me at the same time, too. Makes it the journey even much more harder. These journeys are hard. It's kind of why I had this conversation this morning. Was, you know, our life journey is a cold, hard path. I mean, there's some people that have it easier. You might look at it that way and go, oh, must be nice because mommy and daddy paid for this. Even in their lives, I'm sure they find a way to disagree. They find some kind of hardships, and you know, it's not a big dick measuring contest. So dry out here, my lips, but got it. But I don't know if you've seen that measurement, but the kids are out there in high school, right? Check out this kid. Hopefully you can see it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do the trick. He's got it. Watch this dude. This dude's sick with it, bro. Look at him, dude. See, I told your ass. I told you he was sick with it. Look at him. He's dancing on his bike. Please be live. Please be live. Look at him go, bro. Tell me this dude's not having fun. If you could wake up and do some shit, you would. You would. Did you see that shit? Dude, he's doing tricks. He's dancing on the fucking seat and shit. Fucking awesome. You know, looking for that awesome in it, because there's so much to count as far as obstacles and dismay and regret. That pile's pretty high, you know. But what's also pretty nice is, you know, sitting there and going like, cold world, you know, cold world. This is the second Starburst, same color I saw. That's weird. They must have just dropped all their Starbursts and thought someone else was going to pick it up. And it's tough, you know. That road, I can feel the bumps. I can feel the more than bumps, more than potholes. I can feel the whole road washed away. And we have to make it in this life. How is this guy didn't turn away any of them? This is the third one I got, orange. You bastard. But anyway, it's one of those that I live in a way where, sure, it started out to get cold when I first got here. But then now that I start walking around, it's not so bad. I can do another lap. I'm almost done smoking with you guys and enjoying the day. Even though there's no sunshine and it's cold and it's cloudy, I got my body moving. And now my lower back hurt as much. You know, my ligaments feel free. I already got an order for photos on blankets. You know, I got the hoodies coming, the all psychedelic hoodies. You guys don't even know though, that's the motto of the YOLO. For real, all the blankets that I had, I turned into hoodies, basically. It's hoodie material. Same material, the soft stuff inside your hoodie. Same shit, different toilet, bro. It's just not sewed together, which makes it way easier. So for $80, I'm putting everybody's photos on blankets this Christmas, giving the best Christmas gifts to keep your friends warm and happy and your family and that kind of thing, you know. I sat here through some cold, hard days, cold, hard roads, cold, hard walks, and now I get to sit here or walk here free. Sure, it started off cold, but then it got warm. There's been warmth on the journey too. You know, there's been some light in the journey. People have loved me, and I've made love. I've had love. I've tried to learn love, you know, in a world that's been pretty cold. I think that's where the action's at. My love teacher, Terry Prince, he would always just say, love's everything, Mark. Love's the greatest force in the universe. And for the most part, you know, I've been raised on force, just to be honest, because, you know, I'm honest about my sobriety. That's what we do over here at Saints Addiction. We got to get honest with ourselves, right? Honest with myself. Yeah. That's gonna be huge, you know, and to know that, one, I've made enemies. It was tough for me, and then I've also had people love me, which was good for me. And I can't sit there and just go, oh yeah, it's all been awesome, I've been awesome, everybody's just loved me and my style. Instead, I've had to find my style, you know what I mean? I've had to develop myself and develop a life that I could be proud of and not try to skip around and dip out. That's the tough part. That's the tough part, is seeing all the trash from all the people. This looks like still like a firework. Somebody smoking cigarettes out here. You know, like, come on, bro. I don't want to touch your habit any more than you should. So, you know, we live in this world and we have to live with it together. And sometimes, you know, our togetherness is helpful and sometimes it's detrimental. You know, it comes with it all. I see the good and the bad in everybody. Everybody has dichotomy. Everybody has a plus and a minus. You know, I call it a cold, hard road, long, hard road. You know, the amount of energy it takes to be on these roads, bro. You know, type of energy, fuck. I got my hoodie on. I thought I'd been nice and warm. I don't even have the sun rays to help me out. So sometimes it's more cold than it is warm. And sometimes you find the warmth in the littlest things. Sometimes you just see, like the little old man that's always here, getting to sit here with his dog. Good morning! And, you know, doing his thing. I'm the old man with my show, walking around doing my thing. No, at least there's another human being. Can't believe this big ass fucking park and nobody's around, dude. You know? That's what the cold would do to you. I know for facts I kind of want to get some of that split pea soup and go back inside. It's so cold, but, you know, I persevered. You know, I survived some hard-ass shit. And I bet you have too. If you're watching this show, that means you're hard, you're real, you know, you're about that life. It's not like you're on some fluff TV where someone had some editing and they pretended to be who they're not. Had a whole studio, set themselves up, put their makeup on, had a studio time. Nah, man, you're on a real live of someone trying to explain depression and the depression survivor, and then to get it again. Like, my whole life I've been extremely polarizing. I just thought that that's the way it was. Some people love me, some people hate me. I didn't try to develop any of my other people skills, you know, and my own self-awareness. This is why I share this show, because it's such a shocking experience to grow up and you spend more time on why you don't got a daddy or a mommy or a situation in your life when you're missing out, not only on a mommy and a daddy, but being raised. You feel me? Being raised where someone cares about you and teaches you certain things, like care, like empathy. I got skipped on that class. Man, I didn't see my dad budge even a little bit. Like, and sometimes my mom too. I saw some Scorpio cruelty, some straight stabbings with the whole poison. And, we do these things. It's not just me. It's not just certain zodiac signs. It's everybody, bro. Makes me feel a little bit better. But it's also, makes me want to help a little bit more. And my buddy the other day, we were driving, and the dude was honking the horn, and I didn't think he was honking at us at all. Like, it didn't make sense. But anyway, dude was kind of rocking his finger. And then we got up to the stoplight. We're all there now. Like, you already zoomed through traffic. You were dangerous. Things were happening. And I'm like, why is he so angry? And both me and my friend are like, why is he so angry? I don't know. And we pull up and we see his plates. And he's like, I'm going to go knock on his door and ask him, are you okay? Check someone's temperature. That's the new thing. Just touch their forehead. You good, bro? And he had a veteran plate. And he was like, this dude's got problems already. He don't need this smoke. He don't need to catch these hands. He doesn't need an upset. We're so quick to hand out an upset. You're dirty. You're on the side of the 7-Eleven. Get the fuck out of here. You got all your shit with you. Right? We're so quick to want to upset people. And I've been a part of the problem too. I've been that type. It was disturbing me when people weren't cool, or they disturbed me, then I wasn't cool. That's something else I had to learn about myself. It was like, oh shit, I make enemies out of friends easily. What? Yeah, bro. I made my world, my road cold and more lonely. I got used to the prison life, you know what I mean? And that anybody could outvote me, not like me, not be a part of my family as soon as they wanted to. Like, even part of my family have objected against me or no longer a part of my life. So I learned, unfortunately, through my father, that people were cuttable. Like, he would just block people. We think it's a block button here because of Facebook, but there's been block buttons for real in life for a long time. Like, you just didn't even go to the same neighborhood or shop no more. You just couldn't deal with another human being. That happens, y'all. They don't prep you for that shit. They don't prep you for relationships. All relationships have a time clock on them, and some could be till death, and you might have to clock out on someone else when you die. There's no guarantees here. You can have your bestest of friends. I had friends that just had 3 babies all at the same time. Best friends all had babies at the same time. It's a wonderful synchronicity. And even with those kids, they too will change. What if one moves? Hey, we're all friends and shit, but what if I get a job somewhere else? What if my dad's in the military and I go to the other side of the planet? I tell people all the time, they go, where are you from? And I said, that's such a stupid question, because it doesn't matter where I'm from, where I'm born, where I've lived, where I've currently lived, and where I currently live. Like, there's so many places. You could have just came from Germany. You might have just flew in from Timbuktu. The world's so fast now. It's not like you got on a ship and it took you months to get here. You can fly in anywhere in the world in less than a day. So it's like, where am I from? I don't know. But the attitudes and the moods and that environmental condition is still within me. So that's why they say, wherever you go, there you are. You're following yourself. You're following your parents. I'm going to do this tomorrow too for First Friday. But I was just going to talk about, you're just like your fucking parents. Isn't that crazy? For me to just still be an asshole like my dad. And like, I'm like, didn't want to be that way when I grew up. I'm like, man, you're such an asshole. It feels so cold-hearted, man. There's no love in it. It's just straight logic and reason, and sometimes not even a good reason. I always thought I was a man of principle. I'm following my principles. You said you were going to do something, you break code. And I break code on people all the time. So it's just like the preacher calling the congregation. There's the dude talking shit to the congregation when he's a sinner too. Called the saints addiction for a reason. See no evil Jesus. He sees no evil in smoking weed. And, I saw it to tell the truth, to be honest about the truth right off the jump. I didn't know there was so much stuff that needed to be I don't want to say pre-programmed or canned. You know, a lot of people have canned answers like, "Oh man, I really love that movie. Oh yeah, thanks, man. It's one of my favorites." You know, it might not be one of your favorites, just might be your canned answer. You know, we can be honest. You know, I think the shade is real. You know, I think a lot of people live in the shade or under the shade. And the truth is that we all got some shades, we all got closets, we all got issues. It helps me stay more grounded. I made a shirt, human like you. Yeah, I'm human like you, dude. Okay, flaws and all, warts and all, farts and all. You know, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all of us are human, and that comes with so many flaws that it makes the road a little cold, a little hard, and a little long. And that's something that we're all going to have to do, is just get along, figure out how to get along with the people around you and the people you are near or the next person you communicate with. It's the unlocking of it all. You know, I'm going to stretch out my loin, my back loin. My buddy didn't think it was a loin. I said, the loin. He's like, I thought that was only on steak. And I'm like, no, bro. Right here is a loin, and right here is a loin, and this right loin has been wanting to hurt. And I made those shirts, and I said, you know how bad my back hurts? And he said, I don't know, tell me. And I said, this much. Ooh. Oh yeah, that much, man. Stretch out my loins, stretch out my soul, find the strength inside me, oh Lord. Keep walking the road, no matter how cold, no matter how long. We all got a road to walk, man. And I'm out here sending you love on that journey. I'm out here trying to sympathize and empathize and explain and say that our journeys are all the same. Like, each one is pitted with certain obstacles for each one of us. Don't look at someone else's journey and think that it got easier. We have all walked a road that's unseen to us, and none of us know the future, and none of us are perfect. And unfortunately, there's a lot of trash in these streets. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of unfortunate mistakes, and I think that's what's getting caught up with this life is some unfortunate mistakes. Maybe that's what I should say with Saints Addiction. Unfortunate mistakes. But as a mistake master, I've learned some key things, and I'm grateful to be able to share that with the world and say, hey, here's the new 21st century of other humans being able to like it. Yeah, go ahead. What? Yeah.
I got a quarter of Turtle Pie Ruts.
There you go. I'm Saints Addiction on Instagram.
What's the word?
Saints Addiction. Yep, hit me up on Instagram.
Saints
Addiction.
Saints Addiction.
Yeah.
I got you.
Hit me up. I love your tricks, bro. That's just so sick, bro. And that's the end of the show. Boom, baby, boom. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao.